Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of the Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Western North Carolina fishing report with Dale Collins of Tuckaseegee Fly Shop. How are you doing tonight, Dale?
Doing good, Marvin. Stretching the legs after windshield time this weekend. We're headed up to the Virginia Fly Fishing and Wine Festival. Got back and unpacked and ready to hit the ground this week.
Yep, stayed up too late watching football last night, I imagine.
Yeah, you know, those national championship games are, you know, they're good. They're fun to watch no matter who wins.
Yeah, particularly when one of the teams is in your backyard.
Hey, you know, if you're a Tiger fan, you're guaranteed success last night.
There you go. Yeah, and you know, it's funny too because we're still in this pattern of wet, unseasonably warm weather. What's the fishing like where you are?
You know, I had a call today. You know, so we had over the weekend. We had this doom and gloom forecast where I spoke to some folks in Charlotte last week, and at the time they were calling for 7 inches in 10 days. And I think we got 1 inch in 7 through Sunday. So overnight, actually this morning into around noon, we had about another inch. And Duke Energy's been cranking things on the Tuckaseegee, so the Tuckasegee is pretty much out. But it's going to be slim pickings for, I think, the next couple of days of places to safely fish. So there are some things that you can do to still salvage a day out there. But, you know, you just have to have reasonable expectations and hope for the big one.
Gotcha. And I guess really, too, the trick is to head into the park and get higher in the water table to get some clear, lower water.
That's exactly right. As soon as it stops raining, those higher elevation streams, those first order streams start to drain. And, yeah, that's sort of where you want to get to. And as warm as it's been, you know, those higher elevation fish, they'll be active. So all this rain does is warm up the creeks and the water temperature. So it's I had somebody call today asking about a particular brook trout stream at about 5,000 feet. And I said, if the road's open, go for it. Yeah, so why not?
Yeah, and it's interesting too. Dovetails really nicely. We got a question from Christian, and he wanted to get your thoughts on how higher water levels affect the location of feeding fish and how active they are.
Yeah, it's a great question, especially given the weather forecast. You know, a lot of times what the fish are going to do is, you know, they'll take their, let's say they're in the middle of the river, the nice little holding area where, you know, they don't have to work too hard, but everything's kind of coming to them, all the food's flowing to them. All of a sudden the water, the volume of water shoots up, and they just instinctively are gonna find, you know, the path of least resistance, and that could be on the bottom behind a rock, where basically an underwater eddy is. But usually they'll also go to the banks. So they'll find those bank eddies or those boulders right on the banks and nestle in behind them and hunker down as deep and low as they can and up under the rocks if they can. And just try to wait it out until the water clears up and you know, and comes back down. Great question. Yeah,
it's funny you say that. The biggest brown trout I've ever caught in my life was actually just as runoff was starting out in Montana, and that's exactly where the fish, they just got pushed to the banks, and so it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you have to question even the need to even put on waders.
Oh no, I mean,
stay on the bank.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking like a foot, 18 inches off the bank, and you know, almost 30-inch brown. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm going to let you get back to basketball practice. Why don't you let folks know where they can find you in your shop hours?
Absolutely. We're downtown Bryson City at 3 Depot Street, and downtown Silva, North Carolina, 530 West Main. You can find us on social media, Tuck Fly Shop. Try to take a few vowels out for you. And also on the World Wide Web at tuckflyshop.com.
That's awesome. And folks, keep the questions coming and send them to us at the Articulate Fly Facebook page. And if we read your question, I'll send you some Articulate Fly swag, and you'll be entered in a drawing that's going to happen very, very soon for a gift card from the Tuckaseegee Fly Shop. Tight lines, Dale.
You too, Marvin.